Hello, everybody, and welcome to OpenExO Live. It's great to be with you on a Wednesday this week. And this week we have Paola with us. Paola's actually in Slovenia for this call, but usually in Spain or all over Europe. She's an amazingly busy woman. And as you could see there on the screen, we, of course, have a great lineup of people coming up over the next 8 weeks. And before we get Paola up on screen, I do have some words that I want to share from some community members. And we'll start with this one from Paco. And he just said, purpose, bravery, and optimism. An exceptional woman. Paola's research experience is clearly noticeable in the development of her outstanding strategic thinking skills. Her focus on getting the best out of people to generate positive impact is really powerful and shows her exponential mindset. The passion shown in all her roles in life and business is amazing, and all that energy, she never stops. Then next we have from Karina. Paola is a wonderful professional and a great friend of mine, even though we have never met face to face. The first time we worked on a project, we clicked instantaneously and spent hours talking about empowering young generations. We share the same spirit and motivations in life. The world is a better place for having people like her. Next comes from Eric. Paola's and my path almost crossed in the US before the pandemic broke in February 2020, but OpenExO wasn't formed yet. It took us until November 2021 to finally meet, and she's even more amazing in person. Paola was one of our students' favorite mentors during our first internship, and she still serves as career advisor for many of them. She's a kind, warm, funny, and always upbeat innovator who somehow takes on even more projects than I do. Paola is a valued member of our leadership team, a lifelong learner, and a dear friend. And then lastly, from Anne, Paola is a dynamic leader who gives off a vibrant and enthusiastic energy. She lives her life in purpose and is always a pleasure to connect with. Paola has been part of the EXI initiative for a while now and openly shares within the group her moments of growth and inspiration that we deeply appreciate. Thank you, Paola, for doing meaningful work in the world, spreading your positivity and messages of hope with everyone you meet. Keep shining. And so without further ado, I would like to welcome to the screen, Paola. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm doing quite well, and especially after listening to you and reading what others said about me. That was amazing.
It's awesome. So glad. I really do love to share what community members say about each other, because there's, we believe community is very important, right? It's one of the EXO attributes, but this community really is one that is special. And so can you tell us a little bit about you and how your journey actually came to joining the OpenExO community?
Yeah, well, about me, the first thing is that I always like to introduce myself as a person who is absolutely passionate about technology, about innovation, and about the talent that people have. And I love being involved in projects which are combining, or putting together these three dimensions to create things in general. So for me, impossibility is a temporary concept. I believe that. I'm convinced of that. It's just a matter of, I don't know, gathering more information or putting, I don't know, or creating the way. But yeah, so I mean, that's me, no? Unstoppable Hurtado, as I say. And how I became in contact with the OpenExO community, and not only with the community, with the exponential organization concepts in general. Everything started several years ago. I think it was in 2017. And it was because I was studying my MBA, and I attended a conference that was given by Francisco Palau about this fourth in revolution and the exponential technologies and the new business models and so on. And I don't know, that was like a call to action, or something like that. And I was really interested on that. And I thought, oh my God, I need to learn more about this. So I instantly apply and enroll OpenExO consultant certification to learn more about that. I read the book and I started the interaction with the community, and I started my learning journey in the EXO world. Yeah, so everything
Awesome.
started like
That's
that.
really great. And Eric did say though that you're one person who takes on maybe more projects than he does. I know we have a community that has people doing a lot of things, but can you just share what some of those projects are? I mean, I know we both participate in the EXI initiative, Exponential Individuals Initiative, but you are doing so much. Can you just give us an idea?
Sure. Well, my main job, which is it's like my little child, because I joined this project at the very beginning when it was just an idea. It is the current company I am working with that is called Universal Diagnostics, and in there we are developing blood-based solutions for early cancer detection. And for me, this job that is my main occupation is very connected to me, and what I commented before about impossibility as a temporary concept, because when we started this journey, liquid biopsy was not so extended as it is right now. So for many people, it was like, from Spain, in the south of Spain, a startup company with almost no funds, no people. Are you crazy, guys? So so yeah, and after this, all these years, because this was in 2013, actually, after all these years, here we are finalizing the development of our first product. We have other products in our pipeline, and we are deploying our operations in the US, and we will start selling very soon. So yeah, so that's my main occupation. But then apart from that, I am also collaborating in some other projects as this EXI initiative, which is very connected to my soul, and the personal development and all the things that we can actually do to unlock people potential, and help people to succeed, whatever that it is, and to grow. So this is, a really meaningful project I collaborate with. And then I'm also with Eric Patel in Boston EXO. In there, we are, working towards our purpose. That is this. To explain that is more this. Help people, to transition from linear thinking, into really exponential thinking. So personally speaking, and also from organizational point of view. And I'm also collaborating with other nonprofit projects with young people. I love being with the students and helping them with their career, and giving them also some motivational stuff and some more information, because many times what I see is that there are like many young people who are really, willing, to do great things and so on, but many times they don't know from where to start. They don't have references and so on. And when you I mean, bring them to, I mean, into these spaces, you know, that we create in where we share, and they can ask, and we, I mean, and we offer like a window to all the great things that are actually
Yeah.
happening in the world. So not everything is negative. There are many options, many things that they can do,
Yeah.
and so on. Then you can see with the time how they are, you know, also evolving and so on. And that's something that I enjoy a lot. So, I mean,
Awesome.
and I
Now,
do more stuff, but
yeah, no,
those are the main
absolutely.
things.
But what you've shared now has really made me want to ask a few follow-ups on what you said. Or just make some comments. The first one is, in terms of your your day-to-day job, I guess you've really seen the deceptive phase of a technology, right? Where it's it's
Absolutely.
it's it's waiting to disrupt, right? So you must understand that very well, which a lot of people struggle to see, and that's why they miss disruption, right? So and then on the young people, I completely get you. I have quite a few younger cousins, and a lot of people who've grown up with the internet, I think, also don't realize what they actually have, right? When you grew up before that, you have this understanding of how insane our world is now, that we just have information like at our fingertips. That hasn't always been the case. And so sometimes with with younger people, I think there's letting them know that and showing them a lot of the opportunity versus them just seeing the doom and gloom.
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
that,
No one tell
that's not,
exactly. Yeah, sorry for the interruption, but you know, for me,
no, no,
that it's like
absolutely.
no one tell people that hey, you actually have like a lot of opportunities. You know, we are. I mean, we are in the best moment ever. You know, in the history from
Yeah,
that point of view. You know, everything that
yes,
is. I mean, all the information. You know that we have access now, and I mean all that potential, you know, is there. And if you look at, I mean, the world from a different view, you can actually see that there are many things that have improved
yes,
significantly, you know, over the last 100 years, over the last
yes.
20 years, you know. So I like to, I mean, I don't like to be like, I'm not realistic. I am very pragmatic, you know. But one thing is being pragmatic, and another thing is to say, hey, I like showing the other side, you know, of
Yes,
the
no,
story,
exactly.
because
Ex-
that part is there, and we have actually a lot of things that we can leverage, you know, to do other stuff, you know, and so let's don't create those barriers, especially
Yeah,
in the young people. Let them fly, you know, let them, I don't know, explore. Uh, I don't know.
absolutely. And so what you've shared, there's quite a bit of diversity in what you do. Have you been able to nail down sort of one personal MTP, or like some people who I've had here on OpenExO Live, and we've had the discussion around them saying, I don't have one massive transformative purpose. I have these two, and they're similar but they're different, and so I've stuck with them. Um, uh, how does it look for Paula?
Yeah, personally speaking, for me, the most important thing, I mean, I am a very purpose-driven person, first of all. So every project, everything, I mean, everything I do in my life is connected to something that have a purpose and that is aligned with the goal that I want to create.
Yes.
So my personal MTP is maximizing positive impact by bringing out the best in everyone. That second part for me is very important,
Yes.
because for me the impact generation is deeply connected to, you know, to the amount of people, you know, who are just, I mean, proactive, you know, doing things, generating things, you know, and so for me, I mean, my success and the thing, I mean, when I am more, I mean, the happiest person in the world is when I am actually helping, you know, or supporting others to succeed,
Yeah.
in those initiatives that they have, or in their personal life, and they are, like more happier, and so on. But at the same time, they are contributing in a positive way to the world. And at the same time, when people are in that situation, my belief is that they also spread, this way, around
Yeah,
them. So,
like
so
a each one teach one type thing is when you show
exactly.
people they can do their best, they do the same for others.
Exactly, and this is why I spend, time with young people, but also with, with any people, and I also dedicate a lot of time to help startups, organizations, whatever, to bring out the best. What do you have? That is
Yeah,
stunning. So take that and I don't know, shine.
yeah,
And use that to impact the world.
absolutely. And so Paula, when you came across the EXO model, you found out about it, you sort of dived quite deep, and you then obviously, went into the office on Monday morning and said, what could we be doing that is, more exponential?
Mhm.
Can you share a little bit about, what you did and how you know, you've looked at making things, leveraging the EXO model within your current work?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Because indeed, I mean, this is something that I do. So in Universal DX, I am the head of strategic projects. So I do like a lot of program management, and translating, a strategy into the operations.
Yeah,
So it gives, I mean, that setup allows me to actually, implement operational and processes in a different way, that
yeah,
is, so on one hand, one thing that we did was working actually on our purpose and define that in a different way. So we, let's say, we rephrase that, and now we say that we are creating a future where cancer is curable, which is nothing to do with the mission statement that we have in the past. So
yes,
now we work more in this more aspirational part, and so on, and trying to get all the company culture aligned with that. And
yeah,
at the same time, we have narrowed down what is actually our core activity, what are the things that we need to develop internally, and what are all those activities, knowledge, wherever, that we can actually leverage. So, what are
yes.
the abundance sources that are out there that we can tap into it?
Mm,
So we can work in a more efficient way and in a more flexible way. Because as we are developing these solutions that are based in high tech and new developments, in science in general, we need to be flexible. I mean, that's
mm,
a must for us. So we cannot have rigid structures, around that. So we really have now a flexible operational configuration that is inspired in the abundance concept mainly. So it's not like we have implemented, the EXO canvas and take this. It is more at conceptual level. Yeah, thinking, in everything we do, what are the abundance sources and what is the way in which we can set up all the new stuff in a way that we are taking advantage of
yeah.
it, and yeah. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And it especially what you've shared there. It's quite hard for people to think about uh, you know certain elements that you'd want in the core because you
exactly.
you you feel like you need to own it, right? And
Yes.
and then you think about it, you look at it, and you realize actually owning this adds no value to our product. Um,
Yeah.
and and so but it adds a lot of cost, for example.
Yeah, it's
And
very difficult. It's very
yes,
difficult because it has a lot of implications, having your core activity, not core, but some key, let's call it key activities somehow distributed. So you don't have centralized that in your core. I mean, it always creates conflicts in the world as it is defined. I don't know, IP problems, legal problems, confidentiality problems, many things that then we need to tackle, and it creates many times a lot of paperwork and these kind of things. But then on the other hand, regarding the organization itself, and how we evolve the business together with the technology, it creates incredibly advantages so
yeah,
for us. Yeah.
awesome. That's really great. And so, how would you say that sort of, having gone through, perhaps some of the programs, but also just interacting with the various community members around the world, right? Uh, there's most people in the community are interacting with people in at least a number of countries, on like a weekly basis. How would you say that sort of helped you, or changed the way you think, or how does it
Drastically.
make you work? Yeah.
Drastically, because for me it was starting to really uh, connect, but connect, in capital letters, with people from everywhere. And for me, has been, and it is, an experience that. That's one of the things in my life that I like the most. It is the opportunity that I have to talk, to share, to collaborate, to learn, with all these people that are there in. I don't know. For me, it is like a present, to have the opportunity to be connected to people like that, with
Yeah.
people who are also very purpose driven, as I am, and who are, all of them, doing great stuff, and nice people and so on. So for me, the community part and the friends that I have, these people that I never met physically,
Yes.
in person,
Yeah.
but that I really feel that, come on, that they are my friends. I know that I can count, on them, and they know that they can count on me. And
Yeah.
so for me, this is like magic, and it's to have this. Yeah, but for me, it's a present,
Awesome.
honestly.
That's really great to hear. And as we end off, because the time is come to an end today, what is it that you want to sort of share with those folks who are watching, as the call comes to an end today?
Well, to finalize, I would like to finish as I started. So, impossible is temporary. It's just a matter of dream, about something, visualize that, believe it, and then achieve it. And I think that with that that mantra, and also having this abundance concept, in there, to be always, very, very, paying attention to what is abundance out there, and so on. The combination of these two really makes a difference when you really believe that, and you live according to that.
Absolutely. Paola, it's been great chatting with you today. I hope you have a
Great.
good evening. I know you're going to probably go and continue working.
Yes, precisely.
So I hope that goes well, that you get some rest too. And we will see you hopefully at the end of the week with the XI, or
Yes. This week, yes.
absolutely. Perfect. Well, great chatting to you, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kevin.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So great chatting to Paola. She is so inspiring, and as she said at the end there, nothing is impossible. we live at a time in society, in history, that nothing is impossible. And so go away with that. Enjoy your Wednesday evening, and we'll see you again next week, Thursday.